Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. You're probably wondering, Sarah, where are you? We are currently vlogging from our new house. I have been keeping this a secret. I feel so bad. We'll get into the whole journey leading up to this day a little bit later. Also, if you're new here, I'm Sarah Lysander and this is my fiance Bashir. We have been together for 11 years and it's taken us this long to find our dream home.
It's been like 10 years of searching different areas, different houses.
Yeah, we've been very, very, very patient. Okay, let's get to the house tour. As soon as you enter into the house, you're welcomed by the living space. We love the herringbone flooring and we love these double doors. They instantly caught our eye. Here is the kitchen, and guys, you know me, I love my cooking videos, so there's going to be so much cooking happening. And the thing that I love about this kitchen are the wooden storage cupboards and drawers with the marble countertops. Here it's a little bit random. It's like exposed painted brick and tiles, so we're going to tile the whole wall. We've got a lovely sink and another sink. So we're going to probably remove the sink here and then lay like a huge butcher's block / chopping board so that I can use this island to prep. And then here we have like the pantry. You'd think this is where the fridge would go, but it's built in cupboards. So I think what we're going to have to do is place the fridge here, and then maybe we'll get someone to come and build in some joinery to go around the fridge so it ties in with the rest of the kitchen. But yeah, look how cute. This whole living space is so ideal. I'll definitely be spending like 90% of my time here. Absolutely. Look, and look how good the lighting is, guys. We're gonna have so much fun in this house, I think. Back to the living room. I wanted to show you guys the fireplace. I need your advice. I have no idea what to do with this. Should I do like a marble surround, a stone surround? Do I keep the brick? Like I don't have much knowledge on fireplaces, so I'm not really sure what to do. If any of you have been through like house decorating / renovations, let me know all of your tips and tricks because I'm literally starting from scratch. I don't know what I'm doing actually, but I think it's going to be a really, really fun process. The fact that these doors were here already was game changing for us because I just think they're so stylish, and it also reminds me of like an apartment in Shoreditch or an apartment in Manhattan. Is giving that city feel rather than like your typical countryside home style. Okay, now I'm going to take you into the annex space, which is eventually going to be a gym. And this space I'm so excited about, but I think it's going to take some time. But
it's a makeshift gym for now.
Yeah, it will be a real gym. Like we'll have to get rid of this random kitchen here. We'll want to like just make this brick wall white, so we'll plaster over it. And then there's a bathroom which we thought would be perfect as a sauna, right guys? But this room, we're so blessed with this room because when we were house viewing, we were looking at homes with garages that had potential to be renovated, but this space used to be a garage and they renovated it themselves, so we don't have to do anything other than like minor touch-ups, like get rid of this and then neaten up the wall. Yeah. Now we are going to take you up to the bedrooms, which are so nice. This will be our main room. There's a really beautiful feature. Look at this, guys. An almost floor to ceiling window. Yeah, so this space is perfect. We'll have our bed here eventually. There's already a built-in wardrobe here. And then it takes you on into our ensuite. Okay, there's just one thing about this room. The walls. It's so weird. I think these are like sheets of round tiles and then they've cemented this blue thing in between the tiles. And I spoke to a decorator and he said that it's going to be a whole job getting rid of these. So we might just kind of keep it for now because we're not in a rush to renovate this bathroom, and it's working perfectly. Got the sink, mirror, amazing shower. It just gives me a little bit of a headache.
It is a bit intense, isn't it? It's like, if you know it from far away, it's quite cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you get in there, you're like, what? Where am I?
You're like, ow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why would they cement it so? Is that even cement? I don't know. Shows how much I know. This is going to be a project wardrobe room. So I'm thinking built in here, because like that is the most perfect space. And then wardrobes here. And then hopefully an island on wheels that I can have here, and then I can push it flat against this wall, and then a mirror either on this wall or on this wall.
This will be the guest bedroom for all of our guests.
What guests? We have no friends. Joking, guys, we have lots of friends that will come and visit us. Main bathroom. I'm gonna do one thing. I'm going to move this sink along or get a new sink and have a vanity cabinet so I can put all of my toiletries, cosmetics in this space. There used to be a bath here, so we're gonna try and get rid of these pipe things so that we have more space for the cabinets. I'm gonna take you up to a hidden gem. We haven't got any of our furniture yet, so we're going to be sleeping in this space. As you can see, we don't have a bed, so we've just got a mattress to sleep on. And don't worry guys, we do have sheets. Is this your favorite room of the house?
Yeah, I think
so nice.
Once it's done, it's gonna be like such a nice dojo, like couch, just like.
Yeah, we won't have this mattress in here for the whole time. We're going to have a sofa bed, which you can hang out on. And then when guests come to stay, they use it as a bed. And we just want like a low coffee table. We were thinking of maybe in this corner setting up a tea station, so for anyone who's chilling up here and they just want a cup of tea, they can just make one there. They won't have to go all the way downstairs. It's a really, really special space. And when we viewed this house and we got up here, I remember so clearly standing in here with you and being like, yeah, this is it. Yeah. So these are like frosted blinds. Could you say frosted blinds?
They're Velux windows, aren't they?
But the blind, yeah.
It's just a mesh.
A mesh blind. They're best drawn down so that all the bugs don't come in. But yeah, it's a really magical space. Wow, what a view. Okay, do you guys want to see the garden?
Well, we're going to show it either way.
Well, we're going to show you anyway. That door that I just kicked leads you into the wardrobe room, which is a weird feature, however, so handy because if you ever get locked in the attic by the main door, you just kick that little side door open and then you are eventually in what will be the wardrobe room. So I guess it's like a fire safety hazard feature. When we were looking for a house, having a garden was so important because of our dog. If you're new here, we have a dog called Tequila. She's a mini pincher and she's so cute. Okay, my friends, and this is our little sanctuary. Honestly, guys, this is just such a magical garden. This is a huge apple tree. So your girl's going to be making endless amounts of apple crumble. Apples. Oh, cute.
I don't know.
Guys, tell us if we're wrong, but we were told this is a cherry tree.
This is also apple. I don't understand. This is also apple tree.
Yeah, this has apples on it as well. Had really small. Like, I'll show you here, look. Little apples.
Look here where something's like dug under.
Hedgehogs.
Oh, there's loads of these things.
Mushrooms. Yeah, little hedgehog must have dug under there. So we're thinking, is this a cherry tree? We could be wrong, but we've been told there's a cherry tree in this garden. This tree here is completely dead, so we need to remove it. That's going to be a whole thing. Bash has just seen some apples that he thinks look really good. Hey.
Oh no. Not good.
Not good?
I had a hole in it. A maggot. Oh, the ones up there look so good too.
Maybe we just let them fall.
I haven't tried one yet.
Try it.
I'm gonna wash it first.
Oh my god, I'm really out of breath. I just ran up the stairs. Let's make the bed. Wow, that's so fun! So we're just having some fun imagining what the space would be like. So if these are our thoughts on the living space.
So the sofa like along here.
Um,
So like here, hopefully not bigger than that, right?
right.
That's quite long.
That's a long sofa.
Yeah, and down here, right?
But you know what? We've always wanted a really big, deep sofa so we can literally sink into it. So
Yeah,
and I don't mind it taking up so much space.
No, and when people come over, I want everyone to be able to chill.
Yeah.
So, and then like 2 chairs here, or 1 chair, depending on how many people fit on the sofa.
I think 2.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
I guess it, like, once the sofa's in, you can kind of figure out how many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the 2 armchairs there have to be colourful because we want them to pop. I feel like if we're not careful, the space will be very beige. We love wood.
Yes.
And we need to like steer away from the whites and the creams wherever we can.
We need some colour in here for sure.
Because we want a white sofa, guys.
Yeah, like a beige. Like a cream sofa.
We're so basic.
Yeah, but it will make the room bigger, I feel.
Yeah, it will feel a lot bigger.
And then like Persian rug, the one we have from London.
Yeah.
Like,
Under the dining table.
Under the dining table.
Nice.
Some sort of like coffee table.
Yeah, a low one or
Low.
low.
Because it's gonna be like, we're not gonna be at this level. So.
And where do we put the TV?
I think here. Right? I mean, maybe not on the wall, maybe just on like a stand or something.
Yeah, if we put it on a stand, then we can move it around, and if we ever want to take pictures or content, we can like shift it out of the way. Because you see so many chic living spaces on Pinterest, Instagram, none of them have a TV. But let's be real, people watch TV. So to have one that you can like scoot out of the way would be quite nice.
For sure.
And then what hit, like a piece of art or a mirror?
Yeah, something. I guess once we figure out what the fireplace is going to be.
Yeah, it depends on the surround. If it will be, because if the surround's like white, then it's just too beige that we would need a piece of art to like elevate the space and like give it colour.
So much to do.
But I think I like this flat. We could do built-in cabinetry, but
No.
I just feel like it will feel a bit cluttered, and I like the idea of it feeling minimal and spacious.
Yeah, it needs to feel spacious still. Because especially, we'll have the fridge that sticks out like built in, you know, so we don't need like too much.
We decided on a takeaway in the end. We got Turkish food. And we like Turkish because of the like chicken skewers, the rice, really good salads. So we wanted to try the local one. We have pita bread. Ooh. We've got a little side salad. Should we get our little side plates out? Oh, you got them. Oh, this is so hot. Nice. Chicken and rice. There you go. I got the same. Ooh. A Greek salad. That looks pretty decent. It's a shame we don't have bigger plates. We just bought these Soho Home little side plates for the time being.
So bougie.
We're making the best out of what we have. My chicken and rice. Smells so good. I'm guessing this is a halloumi. Did you order halloumi?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's my extra salad. I just got a shepherd salad, that's what it was called. These are dips, chili, garlic. Just drop them. And then last but not least, halloumi. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, let's eat. It is really good, isn't it? I'm so happy. Because it's quite daunting when you are trying out going from London to the countryside. Obviously London has so many amazing restaurants. To go from that to unknown territory in terms of where to order from can be a bit daunting. Good morning guys, it's so cold in the house, the heating is not working. But I just feel like when you move house, you're going to go through hurdles of broken heating, you name it. So it's just one of those things, it's fine. I'll just have to be drinking lots of teas. I thought it'd be nice to kind of talk you guys through our process of house buying and what led us to this amazing moment, because I feel like we've learned a lot throughout this process and you guys could probably pick up some pointers, things to avoid, things to do, because if you've never bought a house before, you're going in blind and you're only learning as you go along, and it's quite a daunting process. I can't believe we've got to this moment. It has honestly been my dream since the very day I started making money as a model. I remember thinking, okay, from this day onwards, I'm going to be saving as much as possible so that I can buy a house. And it's now 11 years later, and I finally made it to this moment. So I'll talk you through kind of roughly step by step of what we've experienced in the past, and then eventually we'll make it about this house. During COVID times, Bash and I, we were going through the process of buying a house in High Barnet, which is on the outskirts of London. 2-bedroom house, very cute, had a garden. We had a survey done. If you are looking to buy a house, or you will be buying a house in the future, make sure you get a survey done, because they pick up on things that you might not necessarily see. So on the survey, it came back saying that there was internal damp and external damp, and the whole roof needed replacing because it was unsupported. Guys, do you know how much money all of that costs? And for first-time buyers, we were not in the position to pay out money to fix these kind of problems. On the survey, they had quoted saying it's roughly around £200,000 worth of work that needs doing. I sent the survey over to a builder friend and he was like, yeah, this will cost you roughly that much. We were in no position to pay out 200 grand cash to fix up our first property, as we wanted somewhere that we could move into pretty much straight away. And then the reason we were also kind of rushing into it over COVID was because there was something called a stamp duty relief, and it was a scheme that the government had implemented so that people would continue buying, because obviously the market was up and down, and it was a way to encourage people to buy properties. If you don't know what stamp duty is, it's the UK's version of tax on the property. You just pay one lump sum of tax when you buy a property. I think in America you pay a tax yearly. In the UK you pay it in one big lump sum. It's a lot of money. So the owners also were being a bit slow, and the stamp duty relief scheme was coming to an end So if they didn't hurry up, we were going to have to pay stamp duty as well as fixing up the property. We were just like, this doesn't feel like it's meant to be. We pulled out, and then the day that we pulled out was the day we were moving out of our rented flat in London at the time. So we were kind of left with no home. So we had to move to Bash's parents' house. And then we were constantly in London because we were working so much in London. We ended up moving in with a friend. And then about 3 months later, we found our past home to rent in West Hampstead. When I walked into the house that we were buying over COVID, I thought, oh, this is so cute. I do see myself living here. But I didn't have a feeling of like, this is the one. I kind of just got it for the sake of it, because at the time I was hanging out with girls who were a lot older than me, and they were all ready to start families. They were all house buying. So I kind of felt this pressure of like, Sarah, you need to buy a house soon. You need to get on the property ladder. And I think in hindsight, at the time, 5-6 years ago, I wasn't ready. I didn't know half as much as I do now, and I think I just kind of rushed into it because people around me were doing it. And that's another pointer I would give you if it's your first time buying, or if you're thinking of buying. Are you really ready? Like, do not just go for something for the sake of it. And I feel like the past house, I was going for it for the sake of it to own a house. So we lived in West Hampstead in our last flat, which was a great flat. It served us so well. We lived there for around 3 years. And towards the end, I started hating the flat. Everything was falling apart. The shower was falling apart. The kind of like the thermostat on the heater had fallen off. Everything just, the washing machine started breaking, the fridge broke, and the landlord was just so lazy about it. She didn't even reply to a lot of our texts. So we were just like, you know what? If she doesn't care, nor do we. And we just really started disliking the flat a little bit. And then it was like a mutual decision. We were thinking, okay, so our tenancy at this place that we're renting has come to an end in a year. Do we renew? Do we carry on the year, or do we start looking for a house? We decided, okay. We viewed a handful of properties. We viewed one house in a completely different area to where we are now. The area itself was fine. I didn't drive through the area thinking, oh my God, this is so nice. But when we went to view the house, I couldn't see myself living there, but I really liked the house. But once we left, something didn't feel right. I think it was the area. There was just something that didn't excite me about this property. I'll show you actually. So you walk in and you've got like living room areas either side of the entrance. So much space. It was like wow factor when we walked in. And then the kitchen was amazing. I was like, wow, I could see myself hosting here. But it isn't to my taste. There's no character in this house. But you could make character. And upstairs there was like a walk-in wardrobe. But I left just not feeling very excited about this property. So I was like, you know what? This was great. Estate agent, stay in touch with me. Let me know if you have anything else coming up. Also, the area wasn't very green. It felt a little bit concrete. A month and a half later, we went to view another property. Wasn't quite right. I don't think I have any pictures of it. It was like a huge bungalow, so there was no stairs. And then straight after that, we went to view like a converted barn almost. And you know what? Okay, I'll also insert that here. The kitchen was incredible. The space was amazing, but it felt very new build inside, but it wasn't designed to my taste. So because everything was so brand new, and I just felt like this isn't right for me to come and rip all of this new furniture, like new cabinets out, new flooring, to make it my own. I just felt like that would be a waste of money since everything is practical, it's all working, but it isn't to my taste. The garden, it was like very thin, it wasn't very big. So I didn't, and considering how much space was around this house, I couldn't believe how small the garden was. So the garden wasn't a win-win, and the garden is very important for us because we have a dog. The bedrooms were tiny, 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 really low roofs. I was just like, I'm not paying all this money for like a great house that I would completely need to refurbish inside to my tasting. I am a content creator, so I will be shooting from home. I'm going to be creating lifestyle content, and I want it to be to my liking. So it just wasn't right. We liked the area. You couldn't walk to any shops though, and I can't drive, so it was quite important for me to be able to walk to a shop. There was a really nice Indian restaurant near here, I remember, but again, wasn't right. But it was really interesting just to see, and again, yeah, not being near any shops, this area felt a little bit industrial. Yeah, it was countryside, but there were like some factories close by. It just wasn't right. And then that house actually was on the market for like 5 more months, which is insane in like close proximity to London. If a house has been on the market for 5 months, that's a very long time. So area is really important for Bash and I. We just weren't vibing with the area that we were looking in, and the only reason we were looking in this area was because you could not get this size of property so close to London anywhere else. But it just clearly wasn't for us. It kind of felt a bit concrete, a bit industrial, and we were like, right, we do want that countryside life and pace. So Bash made the decision. He was like, you know what, let's start looking somewhere completely different. I would quite like to live an hour from London and an hour from my parents. So he went on the map and he just pointed to this area and he was like, okay, let's try this area. Mind you, we've never been to this area before. And then we were on a brand trip in Scotland, and on the last evening, this house came up. And it was like 8 o'clock at night. I saw it, I was like, Bash, we have to get a viewing for this house. This is in the area that he had found that we've never been to. And this was the first one that popped up in the area that we were like, wow, wow, wow. Anyway, that night, I had a dream that we were in this house and we were walking around the downstairs, and there was just a feeling of like, wow, this is the house for us. Even though we haven't physically been to this house yet, I had a dream. I don't know if you guys are into spiritual like reasonings or coincidence. I don't know what it was. It was weird. That morning, I called up first thing. I was the first person on the phone. I said, can we get a viewing for this house the day after tomorrow because we're currently on a brand trip, blah, blah. Yes, got a viewing. Came for the viewing. Me and Bash were just looking at each other like, this is it. This is the house. Like, oh, it was just, I'm thinking back to that feeling. It was so nice. And also I felt a sense of relief. I was like, wow, like we have found a house to our taste, our liking, the vibe, and the area is beautiful. All of our boxes were ticked. Absolutely everything. And there was a real feeling of this is the house for us, which neither of us had ever had before in any of the houses. And I've always been told, you will know once you're in the house if it's the house for you. And I was just like, yeah. But now I know after the feeling that we had after the first viewing, I understand what people mean by you will know. We placed the offer for this house in March, and then it was like a whole roller coaster experience leading up to the day that we got the keys. We made the decision not to tell any friends, any family about buying the house because number one, it was the perfect house. We didn't want to jinx anything, and we've told family and friends in the past like, oh, we're buying this house, oh, we're viewing houses, and it just didn't it never went our way, it never happened. So we were like, look, this is something so huge for us, let's just keep it to ourselves. And once it's 100% gone through, then we can tell people. And it was probably the best decision we could have ever made. It was so hard to keep the secret. Like every time I was with my mum, I just wanted to tell her, and I kept finding myself, I was so close to making hints, but I really had to hold myself back. This is gonna sound bizarre, but if you're into spirituality, then you'll get it. Bash and I have a psychic that we go to, and she pretty much, this was like the day before our offer got accepted. She told Bash that this is the house and that our offer will probably be accepted, but we won't be in until, what did she say? She said, we won't be in until August. And we're thinking, well, that's not right, because we've put the offer in, it's March. The sellers, it's all chain free, which means they're not looking for another property to buy. They've already got somewhere to move into after they've sold this. So we were like, well, that doesn't make any sense because we're meant to be in around May. What's she talking about? Like August. Anyway, May passes. We don't hear anything since our offer got accepted. We're like, okay, things are getting a little bit strange. We're chasing for updates. We eventually get an update from the estate agent saying that the seller something's happened within their family, so they're not really sure what they want to do. So we're thinking, okay, God, we've lost the house, our dream house. We're not going to get it anymore. But she was like, okay, just give them some time. Let them deal with whatever they're going through. It wasn't any of our business, so we don't exactly know what happened. Maybe there was a death in the family. We allowed them to kind of take their time, and luckily we weren't in a rush to get out of London because we still had a couple of months until our lease was up. So we left it around like a month, and then we asked for an update because we needed to know what was going on. They were going to carry on with the selling process. All was looking good. It turned out that the place that they were moving into needed a lot more work done than they had thought. They needed a longer period of time in this house. So we were like, okay, fine. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. And then they eventually said, oh, they can't move in to where they bought at all. So again, we were like, oh, our hearts had sunk because again, we were like, right, it's slipping through. And then the estate agent said, don't worry, they found a place to rent right next door to the house that they've bought. That fell through for them, the rental place, literally 10 days before exchanging. We told them, guys, we need an answer. We need to know when we're moving out of London. We need to know when we're getting the keys. And we just really chased the estate agent a few times to get the estate. Sorry, Tequila's trying to get in. Tequila, I was sitting there. You can come and sit on me. If you're new here, this is our dog, Tequila. We just pushed them and we said, guys, we need an answer. We need to know when we're moving out of London. We need to know if this is 100% happening because they just kept changing their mind. Essentially, what are you doing? Yeah, it was an emotional roller coaster, and that's why we didn't tell anyone, because there were so many ups and downs and we weren't having to let anyone know, oh, this has happened. We could just kind of really focus on ourselves and this whole process ourselves. We didn't have anyone else's energy to influence us on making any decisions. We did it all ourselves. And I'm really proud of us for that. It was the hardest secret to keep. And I cried a few times. And yeah, I let it get to me emotionally. But you shouldn't let house buying get to you emotionally because it is just not worth the stress. And it's so easy for me to say that. But yeah, we move. We got the keys for the house in August during Fashion Week, during Milan Fashion Week. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that Fashion Month is quite a busy time for me. So it was so stressful. like making our way back and forth between the countryside and London whilst participating in fashion week, shooting jobs, going to meetings. It was a whole thing. Like we were like up to here with stress. So that was an experience, and I guess that kind of took away the excitement a little bit because we had just been through so many different emotions: happy, sad, anxious. My God, my anxiety before getting the keys was quite high. I had really bad chest pains because I was like, is this even gonna happen? But luckily it happened, and the psychic was right. We didn't get the keys until late August. She saw it. You can't like tell me that it's just coincidence that she predicted that. Like she saw our future. Her name's Zita, by the way. She's incredible. I have her on Instagram if any of you are curious, because she does hold like group sessions and workshops. She's honestly incredible, and I'd say she's changed our life, because having like, I had her voice at the back of my head, like kind of guiding me through this process. And I just knew it was going to be okay, because she said we will like have the keys by August. And the fact that she saw that, it really helped Bash and I. If we didn't have that guidance, I think we would have been 10 times stressed throughout this process, because we would maybe have it at the back of our minds that this possibly won't happen. But knowing that she had predicted that we will get the keys and this is the house for us, kept us positive and kept us going. I'm really excited for this new era of vlogging in this amazing house. I'm excited to involve you guys in like my new daily routines. We're going to be doing a lot of cooking together. We're going to do some house decorating together. You guys can help me make decisions on things, because I will need some guidance. It really feels like a new chapter, and I am so proud of Bash and I for getting here, because we have worked so hard and we did it just us two. I want you guys to know, if you really put your mind to something, you can make it. And look, it took me 10 years to achieve my dream, but I worked so hard leading up to this moment, and it just feels like the right time, and it feels like it's meant to be. And I think it sounds so cheesy, but manifest. I knew from 10, 11 years ago that I would own a home, and here I am. My star sign is a Cancer. I love being at home. Adding my own personal touch to where I live just brings me so much joy. I feel like already I feel at peace to some extent, which is insane. And also to own a home and to be able to do whatever I want. Some people might question, Sarah, why are you so obsessed with owning a home? But it was something to work towards with Bash, and I feel like a successful relationship, you always have something to build towards. And like all these years, we have been building towards this moment, and we've now achieved it, and there's so much to celebrate between us, and now we're on to the next goal. I don't know what that is, but we're going to sit down and we're going to think about it. Maybe it's a holiday home, maybe it's, I don't know, building an outhouse. Let's see. And then also for me, it's like stability. When you're renting, the landlord could all of a sudden be like, oh, I want to sell this flat, you guys need to leave. And just like having a stable home for once we do decide to have kids, they will know that they have a place to come to, a really nice place to come home to. Yeah, there's a number of reasons, but I think the main one is stability. And also I think it's a great investment. Like, otherwise I've just got my money in the bank. Yeah, I could invest in crypto, but I don't really have the best knowledge in that. And to create content in my home is also really satisfying. And just having a lovely place to live with our stamp on it. It is like, yeah, This feels like a real milestone, and I'm very, 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 very grateful to be here. And I'm excited to create content with you guys, take you guys along the journey. Yeah. We also really wanted to give Tequila a garden to play in. Yeah, my first baby. Do you like this new house? Yeah. She's a little bit anxious because she's like, where are we? We met our neighbours this morning. They were so nice. We've never really met or necessarily got along with neighbours in the past because in London they have been anti. So yeah, that's really positive. We are going to make our way to London tonight to pack up the rest of the flat, and then next week we'll do a moving vlog. Because we literally have nothing right now, guys. It's been a little bit of a struggle, kind of just set up the mattress bed that you guys saw, and that's kind of been it. So we're really excited to get all our furniture from London, but I've really been enjoying the empty space. So I'm a bit oh, I don't want to bring anything home. None of that stuff matters. I just want to live a minimal life, but I know realistically that is not gonna happen. Okay guys, well, this was really exciting for me to release. I have been waiting months and months to film this video, and I've kind of had it circling in my head, I'm so excited to announce this news and start a new chapter on YouTube. So I appreciate those who have been watching for the last 2.5 years, and if you're new here, I think we're gonna have some really fun vlogs to watch every Sunday. So I just want to say thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with our new life in the countryside.